Okay, today is August 2nd. Let's do a Buoy 10 update. Let's start off by talking about our favorite movies. Now, one of my favorite movies is called Usual Suspects. And at the very end of that movie, there's a line where the main character goes, and just like that, poof, they're gone. That's exactly what happened down here today. We kind of expected that the bite would slow down after yesterday just because of the tides. What happens is as the tides fall, those fish start stacking up as they're transitioning from saltwater to freshwater. And then as the tides grow, they flush upriver up towards Longview and continue their journey up to the spawning grounds. Well, so we knew that today was going to slow down just a touch, but it completely fell apart. Yesterday, over 30 plus bites for our boat. Today, maybe 6 or 7. We landed 2, lost a couple, and missed a couple bites, and that was it. And that was the case for pretty much the entire fleet. The fish checker at Westmoreland Basin, when I talked to her this afternoon at about 3 o'clock, she had 4 fish. Now, there were a few different fish checkers there, so I'm sure that the others probably had 4, 10, 15, 20 fish each. But compared to yesterday, for her to have only 4 fish at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's rough. So now what? What do we do going forward? Well, we wait. We bide our time. Typically, we can go out in the ocean and go chase the coho out there anytime that it slows down in the river, but we have some really poor ocean conditions here the next couple of days. So we're just going to have to grind it out in the river. The best part about this fishery is that every single day is different. I've mentioned this several times over the years doing these Buoy 10 updates. These updates truly will not help you. They won't. And here's why. It's because these fish will move 20 miles every single tide change. Things change, conditions change, fish move in and out. It is an unpredictable fishery, but that is what makes it so much fun. Tomorrow we could go out there and be limited out in one pass. You just truly never know. Usually we start seeing more Chinook come in as the tides have peaked after a full or new moon, and as they start to drop, we tend to see more Chinook show up. But I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago where we had 2 tide sets on the rising tides. As the tides started getting bigger, that's when all the Chinook showed up. And that's what's happening here the next 4, 5, 6 days. So who knows? I'm just going to go out there and grind it out and see what happens. So because fishing was slow, everybody spread out. People fished from Red Roof, Church Hole, Checkerboard, all the way on over to Hammond, up to Tongue Point, up to Shipwreck like we were yesterday. Everyone was spread out, and everyone was experiencing the same thing. The graph was a lot quieter. There weren't as many fish that we were marking throughout the day. It was just a tough day. So we cross our fingers, we bide our time, we tie up all the gear that we can, just so that when the time does come and the action's fast and furious, we're ready for it. So, let's hope. You go from hero to zero that quick down here. Yesterday, again, 30 plus bites. Today, 6 or 7. I know some guys got into a few of them, but most of the fleet, easily 90% of the fleet, really struggled today. So, let's see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully I got a better report for you. If nothing else, we can go into some tech tips and how-tos, and here's how to tie up rigs and how to break down your charts. If fishing slow, we can talk about other things. Right now, I'm probably going to go pour a stiff drink, take a nap, and cry myself to sleep. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.